Assalamualaikum, Zainab. I'm pushing us live on the page, so just letting you guys know. And we are live. Great. So yeah. So hello everyone. Last minute tech issues. This was supposed to go live in the group, but now we are live on the page because we wanted to get it done. Just to let you guys know a bit of the context. So we have a lot of questions coming on the community about women looking for opportunities in Germany specifically for their masters. Some of them are looking for work there in the tech industry. All of these women that we see here with me on the panel, all of them live in Germany. Some Fernanda is there, but other women travel from Pakistan to work there. So we invited all of them to talk about this. We have curated a list of questions coming from our members, and then we'll go through those questions and also talk about problems and opportunities that are there. So hello, Sara, Fernanda, Nirmeen, Zainab, Taleya. I would really like you guys to introduce yourself, take just a minute or two, and maybe talk about yourself, where do you live, and what do you do? So Sara, maybe you can start.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So this is Sara Batool, and I live in Braunschweig, Germany. I have around 5+ years of experience in the software development. My core expertise are the React Native, and Android development, along with backend in Node.js and Java Spring Boot. So I have around 4 years of experience in Pakistan, and since last year, I've been living in Germany on a work visa. That's all.
Thank you so much for sharing, Sara. Fernanda, maybe you can go next.
Sure. So thank you for having me, Faiza, and thank you all for joining. I'm Fernanda. I'm originally from Brazil, but I have been living in Germany for 5 years now. I helped to found NGO. Yeah, basically it's an NGO that helps people from outside to understand the market and to prepare for the job applications in Germany. And recently I joined a company called Zalando as a recruiter. And my focus is exactly hiring technical people, software engineers from abroad.
Right, great. Thank you so much. Nirmeen, maybe you can go next.
Sure. Thank you, Faiza. Hi, everyone. This is Nirmeen Yousuf, and I am from Karachi. Actually, I'm currently working as a lead software engineer at Entire, which is one of the healthcare-based startups in Berlin. I moved to Germany last year on work visa. Before that, I was working in Karachi with 10 Pearls, and then before that, I was working with another engineering company. So we have, regarding the Germany experience, it has been like around 9 months I have moved. So that's about the basic introduction. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Taleya.
Hi, this is Taleya Mirza, and I am software engineer in Klarna right now, and I have like 5 years of experience from Karachi in different startups like Sasta Ticket and Careem. And I have been mostly working on the front end side, but I have also the back end exploration with Java and Spring Boot like technologies and microservices architecture. I am here in Berlin right now, and I have came here like 3 months ago, and looking forward to helping you in this session.
Great. Thank you so much. Zainab.
Yes, I'm the one. Hello, everyone. I'm Zainab. So I have around 6 years of experience, 4 years in Pakistan, 2 years in Germany. I'm currently in Munich. So my expertise are normally on the full stack development. In Pakistan, I was working in SastaTicket.com, and before that, there was a startup called Recurship, and then moved here. And I'm working as a senior consultant developer in ThoughtWorks. It's a consultancy firm spread over 14-15 countries. And yeah, that's about me.
Great. Thank you so much, Zainab. Thank you so much, everyone. So the first question that I have, I would like to go with the questions first, and then we can talk about your own experiences. So the first question is, can I apply for a job from Pakistan in a company in Germany? So your experiences, did you guys apply for the jobs from here, or did you go there or looked for work? Anyone can go ahead.
For me, it was like I applied from Karachi, and then I got the job, and then the work visa got processed, because for the IT jobs, it's also very easy. The work visa is requirements of work visa are very simple. So it's pretty easy. It's just you just need to, the important things which need to be checked for the work visa are that is your education degree is verified, is accepted by an ABN database. If yes, then perfect. If not, then you need to get the educational documents verification from here ZAP, and then got the visa process.
Right. Fernanda, do you, in your experience, so do people come there to look for jobs, or do they apply from their own countries and then relocate to Germany?
Yeah, that's a great question. You have the option to apply for the job seeker visa and come to Germany and then apply locally. However, in my experience working here for the last 4 years, the most common situation is that people apply in their home countries, participate in all the interviews online, and as Nirmeen said, after finding a job, after getting a job contract, they apply for the visa and then they relocate. This is the most common situation.
Right. Sara, for you, Taleya, Zainab?
Yeah, I can add up. So I also applied from my home country, Pakistan. Normally, I used to look into different opportunities that basically give you relocation. It's important because it's quite an expensive thing to relocate from your home country to Germany. So normally you would ask the company to at least sponsor you or give you this opportunity with the relocation. So for me, I found my opportunity on Glassdoor. So that's one good platform to find your, I would say, dream job or your job that you want. And again, it definitely depends on company wise. So sometimes they give you the full refund for your relocation. Sometimes they also give you 1-2 months for until you find your own accommodation. They also provide you their help in that, but it's of course depending on different companies. So but yeah, I think it's quite easy if you have. The most important, I think, is that you should have some experience before you apply, because they don't try to get the juniors. Of course, they want someone with skills, so it is important. So for me, I got 4 years experience in Pakistan, and that's why it was easy for me to process.
Right. Sara, for you?
Yep, I also got a job from Pakistan while I was working in Pakistan. So as Zainab also mentioned, it's easier to find jobs when you already have experience. Though I was already have 4 years of experience, but the least I have heard is minimum 2 years of experience in the industry to be least to apply for the jobs, or even to get here back from the recruiters. And moreover, like the company currently I'm working on, Predix, it provides 1 month accommodation as well while coming to Germany, because you don't maybe know someone or you don't have a place to stay. So things get easier when you get the accommodation. And apart from it, for the visa fees, which is not that much, given what you will be earning while coming here. So it's not that much. Even some companies also provide the tickets and relocation stuff. One thing which one should consider is that your salary which you will be getting should be pay minimum of the threshold of the blue card, which is basically for the work visa. And we usually, for the work permit, it's usually you get work permit for a year or so, but if your salary meets the blue card requirement, then you will get for like work permit for 4 years or 5 years in one go. So it will be easier for you to relocate.
Right. Fernanda, can you expand on that, this permit thing and the blue card and everything?
Yeah, sure. So as Sara said, if your salary is, I don't know how exactly is this year, but Last year until 2021, the threshold for the blue card was 45,000 euros. So if your salary and annual salary, gross salary also is at least 45,000 euro, then you can apply for the blue card. If your case is a software engineer job, so the blue card is for how do they call that? High demand professions. So these would be scientists, mathematicians, software engineer, and doctors as well. So if you have one of those careers, and you have also a salary that is at least 45,000 euro, and you have recognition of your degree, you can apply for the blue card. If you don't match one of those criteria, then your salary should be at least 56,000 euro for the first year.
Right. Taleya, what was your case? Did you apply from Pakistan also?
Yeah, I randomly applied. My case was a bit different. So my husband, who was engaged to me, was in Berlin, and I tried casually before applying for spouse visa that maybe I can get some job and I can go for work permit. So I applied through Glassdoor and LinkedIn. And for the first two companies that respond to me, and I was very choosy about the companies because of culture. So for the first four application, I got two replies, and I processed the interviews with them. And after the interviews, both of those companies offered me for blue card visa and the job. So I applied through it, and in a matter of like 2 months, I got a job contract, and I came here. And also, the important thing I would mention is ask about the relocation package, what they are giving me, like giving you, because in two of those companies, one was offering a lot of support in their allocation, and the second one was just giving you the money for flights. So the one I choose, Klarna, was giving a lot of support in relocation, like all the money you have spent on your visa, flights, and anything you have processed through this entire journey, and the 1 month accommodation. Also offered support in applying visa. Deloitte was a company which was supporting me through my company for applying visa, which are the documents and how to process all the things. And also one consultancy through the company was for accommodation, finding accommodation, and all the registration here in Germany was also supported by my company. So it's very important to ask question about relocation. What are they offering in relocation support?
Right, that's very good to know. Thank you so much. And the next question that we have is about relocation. I think the person who asked is also just commented on the live session that they're having difficulty in finding accommodation there. And the question was, do companies, especially in Berlin, offer accommodation in the first month when an individual has to relocate? So I think you guys have already answered it, that a lot of companies do, some companies don't. So as Taleya mentioned, that they need to ask, ask their company about it. Thank you so much, Fernanda. This is for this year.
Exactly. I just looked for the updated information, and actually they load down the salaries in comparison to last year. So it's a bit easier this year.
Yeah, got it. Thank you so much for this. So another question that I have is, another question is that if I'm not directly from tech and belong to any other profession like design or finance, do companies also hire for these jobs in Germany from outside? So Fernanda, maybe.
Yeah, well, I would say that Germany overall is a country full of job opportunities because it's a very entrepreneurial country. So you should definitely look for open positions on the main job boards. For example, LinkedIn, Indeed, Stepstone, and yeah, other examples as well. Look for it. I would say that if the company really has a demand, they would be open to hire from abroad.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. So another question. Yeah, somebody wants to go. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to add on that. As compared to other fields, tech is easier to get into because I think in tech the language barrier is very less. We communicate in English, but in other fields it's also the German language that comes into play. So that's why maybe there might not be that much opportunities as compared to tech.
Right. Taleya is also saying for finance jobs, German language is preferred due to rules and regulations and laws in Germany. Okay, sounds good. So another question is: so are there any must-to-do items for people who want to relocate? And if you guys have a checklist that these things you should get done before you come here. So anyone can go, please.
Yeah. First thing, I would definitely comment on the salary. Although the threshold here is for the blue card is 43, I would definitely say it also depends on different cities you're relocating to. It's very important. So for example, in Munich, so it's also only in my company, but maybe it's also in others. But they give you a bit of more salary if you are in Munich as compared to other cities, because Munich is very expensive in accommodation and other things. So whenever you are relocating, you have to definitely check which city you're relocating and what you're being offered, because there is a lot of expenses. We coming from Pakistan, we definitely don't know how much expenses we need there, but it's always helpful if you can already get into contact to a person who lives in the city, get a rough budget of an individual, how are the expenses in this city and all that. So it is very important to check that. Second, again, accommodation is definitely very hard to get. So, and especially when you're relocating, it's very hard, because normally the landlords ask you for the permanent resident or longer visas, and Shufa, which is important when you get the house. They ask you for the credit check as well. And at that time, we don't have anything because we don't have our bank accounts and anything there. So it's very important to either ask your company to provide you month or 2 months location accommodation. And secondly, get in touch as soon as you can to some people who can offer you accommodation. So yeah.
Right. Taleya, do you want to add something to it?
Yeah, it was very hard when I came here, like 3 months back in February. It was very hard to find an accommodation, and I was like searching for 1 month, and there was no home. And whenever I go to any viewing, it was like 50 to 60 people already there for the accommodation. So it's very hard to get an accommodation. So the first thing is to whenever you got the visa, you should start searching for accommodation. And there are some portals on which you can find accommodation, and you also have to arrange the security deposit for 3 months. At least you have to like submit the security deposit. Your company maybe may help in this thing. And also one thing is a credit check, which Zainab has also mentioned about this. So these are the 3 most important things to find an accommodation.
Right. Nirmeen, please go ahead.
And yes, one more thing to add on the checklist thing is that you should also, because since the taxes rates are higher in Germany, so the amount of salary which is being offered, you should also definitely check with your employer what would be the net salary which you'll be getting after the taxes deduction. So you can cater that in mind. And there is also one link which I'm sharing in the chat. For that, you can also check on that link to get an idea how much taxes would be deducted from your gross annual salary. It has different factors based upon your marital status and based upon your tax class, because Germany's tax system is divided into 6 classes. So you can identify which tax class you belong to, and then how much tax will be deducted for it. Also, for the accommodations, the long-term accommodation definitely requires Schufa and the things which are already mentioned. So when you're coming to Germany, the best thing is to look for the short-term accommodations. And there are a lot of different websites for that, like Wonder Flats, Spotter Home, things like that. And definitely, like, there are a lot of communities on the Facebook groups, and for different cities also, like for Berlin, there are like Pakistanis in Berlin, PSA communities for every city. So try to join those groups and ask questions there. You can also find the short-term websites, rental apartments there. And if you are not able to find anything, in the worst case, then there are obviously the sublet options are also there for short terms, which can also be looked into.
Right. Sara, do you want to go, please?
Yeah. So basically, most of the points are already covered. One thing which I would like to mention, for example, if you are married and you are planning to come for your spouse to join you, there is one FRV process, because for some other countries like UK and Australia, the dependent can go together with you over to that country. But for Germany, the whole process is different. So if you are applying from Karachi, then after coming to the Germany, you can send out your blue card and the person, your spouse, can apply. But if you are applying from the Islamabad, then do make sure you talk to your company first, so that your salary meets the blue card requirement, and you can take your spouse or if children, if you have, along with the same appointment. And the reason is that because the waiting time in Islamabad embassy for the family reunion visa is approximately 1.5 years, which is too long. Like in Karachi, it's usually you get the appointment within a week, and then overall process take 5 to 7 months. But for Islamabad embassy, it's very, very hectic. So make sure when you are going for your work visa appointment, you take your spouse or children along with you, so that your process can be faster. And apart from it, make sure all your documents that are required from you, either from your company for the FRV, for family reunion visa for your spouse, and as well as from any other like your degree, your spouse's degrees, and then everything. And also the apartment, if you're married and you're willing to take, make sure it's per person meter square length, like the area of the apartment. So if you're bringing your spouse along, then it varies from state to state, but I guess it's usually 12 meter square or 15 meter square per person. So if your spouse will be joining you, then your apartment least would be at least 30 meters square, so that you cannot live in student accommodation, for example. And apart from it, also you should take care of all the documents which you have to do before moving in. For example, you have to make your FRC and any other documentation requirements before moving, because it will save a lot of time while processing the things.
Right. Yeah, it's Karachi is pretty straightforward. So I've applied twice. I've gone once. The second time, the visa came so late that the conference that I wanted to go it finished basically. Then my visa came. So, but appointment is pretty straightforward. So you get it in like a week, or I think at most 2 weeks. Fernanda, do you want to continue?
Yeah, I found just amazing everything that people shared today. It's super important, all those points. I just wanted to add the fact that the family reunion visa and the work visa, they have different and separate processes. So this is something that people sometimes do not get. So just to make clear that you will follow two different processes. So you need to check what are the required documents for each case and submit the documents for each case, submit applications and have an appointment in the German embassy for those two cases. They are separated. And another point that I think is super important, because I have seen many candidates who forgot about it, is the fact that people start applying for jobs abroad and they do not do enough planning. So one part of the planning is what Sara said, it's about the documents. So make sure that you have a valid passport, not only for you, but for your family as well, and all the other documents that are necessary. So make sure that you have these when you start applying for jobs, not when you find a job in a contract, but before. And another important part of the planning is having some savings. You will need some savings first to pay for the visa fees. They are not so expensive, it's fine. But once you move, then you have to have some money for the flight tickets, for paying for the deposit for the apartment. As people said here, sometimes it's 2 or 3 months in advance. And the companies, usually what they do is reimburse you. So after moving to Germany, after working for the first month, at the end of the first month, the company will reimburse you, but not beforehand. So you have to have some savings in order to afford all those expenses.
Right. Another question was exactly about this, that what should be, the salary range that makes sense for someone with 4 or 5 years of experience in tech industry. What could be the asking salary for them to be able to take care of themselves and their spouse also?
Okay, I can go. So firstly, it depends on the city to city. Like for example, the small cities pay less salary than the big ones because the cost of living there is higher, like accommodation and etc. So if firstly, it depends on that. Secondly, it depends on the company you are going in, because some companies are well established like Zalando, and they have their definite packages and everything. And maybe there are many startups which do pay fine, definitely. But if you are coming from there and you have a family to support as well, so that's why you have to look into consideration here. Good thing here is that health and everything is free. Like you cover if you have a public health insurance, which you already get because you have a proper job. So the health is covered. But apart from it, the living expenses, the accommodation, the Kita basically the school for the daycare type of things for children and everything. So you have to look into that as well. So we cannot say that this is the bare minimum because it varies from city to city. So it's better once you get a job to look for the people, especially from the Pakistani community who are already living there, to make sure, okay, if I have 2 kids or 3 kids, or maybe it's just me and my spouse, then what should be the minimum salary we can work on? And especially you have to also check, because if you are coming, but your spouse's educational background is entirely different, that it's difficult for them to find job there, be it language barrier or any other issue. So you have to keep in mind all these factors as well before moving to a place. That will it be beneficial in the longer run? Will it be easier for my spouse as well to get a job? So that these are the factors we should consider.
Right. Taleya, you wanted to add something to it?
Yeah, I was just adding this because it depends also upon the lifestyle you are already having. So some people are like more simple and don't into fashion and about like expensive things, but some are like fond of these stuff. So there is a link I have shared. You can adjust the city in which you are targeting to get employment, or you have already get some contract from the city, and you can adjust according to your lifestyle, how much you eat out and go for dining and these stuff. You can adjust the stuff and see how much you can earn and how much you can expand on the things you like to have in
Right.
your.
Right. Got it. Nirmeen ji, go ahead.
So I would just like to add one more thing on which a point which Sara said, that you also need to see that if your spouse can work or not and what would be the job market for it. So there's also one more important thing to consider in this scenario also. It also depends upon your residence permit. Like if, for example, you are on blue card, your spouse visa or does not require, your spouse does not require German language skills for applying the visa. But I think this needs to be confirmed. I'm not exactly sure about it, but as far as I have heard, that if you are on normal residence permit, then your spouse also require A1 language German skills to apply for the FRV and to work here. So that also definitely needs to be checked depending upon what visa status and if you will be getting blue card or not. So these are the kind of small benefits which you get on the blue card visa, that calling your spouse becomes easier, as the spouse does not need to have the language requirements, and the spouse have working rights from start. So that's one thing just I wanted to add.
Right.
Also, I have just shared in chat the link also to compare the salary ranges for the different cities in Germany and for the different levels of the software engineers.
Got it. Thank you so much. I'm basically adding this to the live session on Facebook, and I'm seeing a lot of people watching it. I am nearly 50 people watching it, so that's a lot. So next question is, are there any jobs for quality assurance engineers in Germany? So any?
Yes, there are. But the quality assurances and quality assurance engineers are also hired from Pakistan and abroad. But yes, the manual QA skills are less required here. Automation is more required. So the automation, if you have the automation skills, then that's good. Also, I have seen that some of the QA roles also require some kind of German language skills, because they have to more communicate with the stakeholders, which are German. So if you have at least the basic level of German skills, they are helpful. And even if you don't have what I've seen, at least in my company, even the people who didn't have the German language skills were hired with the condition that they will start learning German extensively and properly as soon as they come to here. So when they moved here, they had to, along with the job, they had to enroll in the full-time German language skills, like German language classes, which are around, I guess, 1 to 2 hours after work, and they had to work on that.
Right. The same question is for PM roles. So somebody asked that, is it true that for product and project management roles, one should be fluent in German language?
Not necessarily. I know people who are working with the English language skills in the PM product roles, but yes, most of the companies require, again, it depends upon company to company also. But sometimes it might be required. It depends a lot upon company. For some it is, and for some the English also works.
Yeah, I can also.
Right. Gigi,
for my company, I think it is required because it's a lot of communication with the client, and normally they are German. So it's important, or at least it is required for them to have German language because they have to communicate a lot with clients.
Right. Fernanda, please.
Yeah, I would say that the overall rule to help people understand this situation is the following. Start looking for the jobs, see the job opportunities on the main job boards in Europe, and pay attention to the job description. In most of the cases, when the job description is written in German, it's because the focus of the company is German speaker candidates. So I think this can definitely help. And another factor that helps people to see if the job requires German language or not is the type of the company. So usually when you apply for companies that have users or clients in different countries, usually those companies, they have English as a working language. If the company is more focused on the German market, usually it's more a German-speaking company. However, we have an exception. We found jobs for 2 fellows from Imagine in Germany, in Düsseldorf, in a big company that has as a main client German clients. And for this company, the software engineer jobs, including quality assurance jobs, they were all in English. So those people, they came from Pakistan, they're working here, and they don't need German skills.
Right. So another question is that, do people need to get into IELTS or clear the IELTS exam for getting the visa? I don't think so. I did not. Yeah. So that's not required. That's clear. So can a student get part-time job in a software company while working there in Germany? While studying there in Germany. So if somebody is studying there, doing a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, so can they work in a software company part-time?
Yes, they can, because the students are allowed, students are allowed to work 20 hours per week. And even it's better for students to try getting into their domain-related job, the part-time related job, instead of doing odd jobs. Odd jobs are easier to find, but the thing is that if you work in your domain-related part-time jobs, then it adds on to your experience. It's more valuable. And then it's pretty easy. Like I recently know a person, a QA engineer basically, who came from Karachi on masters, for the masters, and she's studying here. And she was having difficulty finding she was trying initially for the job from Pakistan, but she was finding it difficult to find the job from there. So she came on a master's program, and now in just, I guess, around 2 months, she was able to find a working student job in one of the companies in the QA role for the automation. So she easily got that opportunity since she was already here, and now she's working also and studying.
Right. Zainab, you want to add something?
Yeah, I just agree to Nirmeen what she said, and also that it's quite normal to have a working student job while you're doing masters or bachelors. Bachelors, I'm not sure, but when I came to Germany, most of my friends were doing masters there, and everyone was doing their student jobs. And I also have came across a lot of opportunities in LinkedIn and Glassdoor as well, that they want students, working students, for instead of internship, they look for students. Yeah.
Right. Sara, please.
Yep, I will just add on. If you're already in Germany doing masters, then go for over LinkedIn or Zing or any other platform for the job opportunities there, and you can look for if that particular software house or company is hiring for work student. So usually that's the title. If you're looking for those jobs, and as everybody mentioned, they are allowed to work 20 hours per week. It's like the half of for the full-time work, which is 40 hours. So they can easily do job along with the masters. It's pretty normal culture here.
Right. Someone is asking that, can anyone give a ballpark figure for the security deposit for a one-person accommodation? Any ideas?
I can give you for Munich. Of course, it's expensive. It depends on your requirement. If you want a one room, if you want a studio apartment, normally it is 1,000 rent, let's say. There are 2 different kind of rents as well, warm and cold. If anyone wants to know about it, of course, I can explain. But for example, if we have 1,000 euro for the rent, then 3 months deposit is normal here. So 3,000 euros you have to give the deposit, which is of course given back when you leave the apartment. But that is required. And if you damage or something, then it's of course deducted. But I have never happened that was deducted. I got all my deposit back. So yeah.
So for Berlin
Right.
also, it's almost 2.5 or 3 times. For short-term apartments, it's sometimes less. Like when I initially moved to Germany, I was living in a short-term accommodation, which which had the minimum duration requirement of 3 months, and the notice period was also 1 month. So it had around 1.5x deposit. but generally it's like for the long-term accommodations and for some short-term also, it's 2.5 to 3x. So, and the apartment ranges is basically, if you are looking for the studio apartment near the center, so it would be like for around 1,000 euros, something total expenses, 1,000 to 11,000 euros. So the total, the security deposit would be somewhere between 2,500 to 3,000 euros. And if you are looking for the shared accommodation or some student hostel or something like, so that can be, that monthly rent for that can be somewhere between 600 to 800. So the security deposit would be according to that.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing this. So we have there are way too many comments. I'm trying to get all of them. So how to shortlist companies in Germany where you want to apply at? So when you guys are applying, what kind of process did you have? Or maybe Fernanda can add that if someone is applying for a software company in Germany, what things they should look at. Taleya, maybe you can go first.
Yeah, when I was looking for jobs, the first thing I was having in mind is a good culture where you can have a peace of mind. So it's very important to have some reviews about the companies. So when you are applying, you can search on the Glassdoor about reviews and also for the salaries. So you can easily find reviews and average salaries of the titles you are like want to apply. And I did this thing. So I was looking for the opportunities and then search companies, read about their reviews, and the salaries, and then I shortlisted some companies and is starting my CV to update according to the job description. So if you have some skills that are not necessary in your in that role, you can eliminate those and add the things that you have, like you want to focus because they are required in the job description. To you can adjust this your CV, so it will help you to get highlighted and get the response from the company. So there are two things you can like search the reviews, and also you have to like adjust your CV according to the job you are applying. So it will help you to get the response from the company.
Right. Zainab?
Yeah, for me, I think it depends also on what are your values, what are your priorities to get in a job. For me, I always wanted to contribute to the community, be not just working, doing coding, but also socializing, helping, contributing to the community. So it was very important for me. So when I look to a job description, I always go to the companies about us or what are they doing in general. That's very important for me. So that's what I looked in. And I liked in ThoughtWorks and other companies I applied. Of course, there is, at that time I was just also looking for any job to move, but I tried to skim through it and see if something is a no-go for me. For example, if a company is doing something that I don't agree to, I would definitely not work in that. So try to get a background of that. That's very important. And also, which city you want to relocate to, that's also important. So I tried to filter that as well. So for example, for me, I wanted to move to Munich because I know a lot of friends there. So I was offered the job for Stuttgart instead of Munich, but I talked to my company that would like if it's possible for Munich. And because they also were in Munich, the offices were there, so I was able to switch to Munich. So it was also one thing. So these were, I think, two criteria. Of course, salary at the end we can negotiate, but that was, I would say, was not the most important thing for me when I was relocating.
Right. Nirmeen?
Okay, so just to add on these things, definitely you should check about the company. You should check about the company's description, what they are doing. But there are a lot of opportunities and there are a lot of startups also hiring in Germany from abroad. So you can get the culture idea of the companies like Zalando, Kalerna, and the companies which are big and have a huge employee so employee scale, so that you can find, but for the startups like the small companies, you cannot find that much reviews, or you cannot get that idea. So still be open to applying to those companies, and then you can identify the culture through the interviews, because obviously they have around 3 to 4 interviews. You go through a whole process and you talk to different peoples of the company on different levels, so you can get an idea about that. And then if you get the opportunity, you can definitely look for the people in that company and then ping them separately. Like in my case, also one more important thing before that is you should also update your LinkedIn, and your LinkedIn should be updated with the proper communication. The jobs and roles and responsibilities should be listed. And then you can also mark it as open to work for those countries where you're looking. For example, if you're planning to move to Germany, you can set your LinkedIn settings to open for jobs in Germany. If your LinkedIn profile is that much attractive, then the recruiters can start approaching you yourself. In my case, initially I was approached by a recruiter, and then it got started. Basically, I started applying. And when I was, the company which I'm working at currently was a startup, basically. I got an opportunity. I got interviewed by a recruiter, and then the whole process followed. And when I got the offer, I already thoroughly enjoyed the interview process with every one of them. So I got the vibe of that company culture, that it's good, the people are good, they're helping, and so the environment was really good, and that has been proven to be a really good experience. And after that, when I got the job, I searched around LinkedIn for that people working in that company, and luckily I found one person on LinkedIn who had worked with some freelance project with that company, and I connected with him. He was also a Pakistani. Basically, I connected with him and asked the reviews about the company. So he also said that, no, the culture is very good and everything is good. So that also helped me. So at times, the reviewing and getting to know about the culture can be helpful, but you should also be open to other opportunities also. And in case if things, even you move out, you come here and things don't work out, and you don't like the company, you don't like the work, then obviously when you are here, you have a lot of other opportunities available.
Right. Sara?
Yep, almost everything is said. Just a few pointers I would like to add. Definitely, when I was moving, I was specifically looking for the city in like the job opportunities in Braunschweig, and the reason was my sister was already living here, so I had someone here to come to in case, and that's very helpful. Even if not your siblings, then your friends or even the Pakistani community is generally very helpful when you move to Germany. So it's one of the things that I look for, and apart from it, definitely you have to look for the technical set of the company. Usually you have to target, for example, I was a core front-end developer, so I was looking for the opportunities. Those were mainly focused on the front-end tech stack for those specific jobs. So full stack is a good thing, definitely, but in Germany, mostly people or the companies rely on your expertise in a single tech skill, which is really good. You don't have to be the jack of all. It's good if you know everything, because eventually I'm also working on the back end as well, but it's good if you have one good core expertise skills. So groom your resume, update your LinkedIn, as Nirmeen also mentioned, and then start looking for, maybe select a city if you have any friends there, but be open to every other opportunity you have, and never lose hope. It's not like it was the very first interview and I got the job. You have to keep applying. You may fail several times. That's not an issue. It can take you maybe few months, it can take you maybe an year to secure a good job. So just keep trying. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. Fernanda, there is a question for you specifically. So how to reach out to companies and how to improve your profile and CV. I work as an ETL developer, data engineer.
Yeah, that's a great question. As the other girl said, having a strong LinkedIn profile and tailored CV are two very important factors to help you succeed when you are trying to catch the attention of the companies. So I would definitely encourage people to invest on those two things, LinkedIn profile and also a good CV, but also building a network especially in the cities that we are interested in. This is super important. So I would use LinkedIn to do that. I would connect with recruiters, talent acquisition people, HR managers, all those people related to recruitment and HR in the companies in the city where the person is interested to relocate to, as well as connect with engineers. So if you are a front-end engineer, target some companies, look for front-end engineers, engineering managers, director of engineers in those companies, connect with them, send a nice but very short message on LinkedIn saying that, hey, I found your product super interesting. I'm looking forward to have the opportunity to join your company. Something very nice and very short in order to build a relationship with those people. This is super, super important. At the end, I would like to share the link to Imagine Foundation because yeah, we can definitely help you with your CV and LinkedIn, for example.
Yeah. Another similar question is, I'm looking for finance-based positions for a senior role in Germany. I have experience with Kareem. How can I look for opportunities or reach out to companies for this role? So a lot of you mentioned Glassdoor. Other than that, what platforms that they can reach out to companies to?
LinkedIn, I would say, is the most common platform for recruiters. It's definitely a good one. Another one is Indeed.com. Stepstone is super popular, especially in Germany as well. There are many others, but I would say that those are the biggest ones and the most popular ones.
Right. Taleya, please.
For this specific question, I want to add that my husband has like a background in finance, but it's very hard to get jobs in the finance sector because of a high level of German required, because all the laws and regulations are in German and you have to be very fluent in German to get finance jobs. So that is the thing I want to mention here.
Right. So a question for ladies who have traveled from Pakistan. So how can I find business intelligence, business analyst job in Germany? Also, is it easy to live there as a single woman? How Germany is for a Muslim woman to live there?
I can answer it. Regarding the business analyst role, the first thing you asked, that business analyst role, obviously the jobs regarding job roles, you can search on the LinkedIn. Regarding living in Germany, Germany is a pretty safe country. I moved alone here and I'm living alone here. The thing is that if you get the living in a small countries of Germany might be a bit difficult, which I've heard from people, because you get the less Pakistani community and the German skills are also, you might require some German skills also to easily survive there. But in bigger cities, so you must target, it's important to target bigger cities. It makes it a lot easier. Like there's a huge Pakistani community in Berlin, there's huge Pakistani community in Munich, Frankfurt. So it makes it a lot easier to adjust for me. And then again, when you start get the offer, start building the network. For me, I had no direct friends in Berlin when I was moving here. I had friends in different parts of the Germany, but there were no like friends in Berlin. But I knew a few people from my ex-colleagues from the university, seniors and juniors, who were already in Berlin. So I connected with them, formed the connection, so the network start growing, and then it makes it a lot easier for you to settle. Regarding the Muslim community and thing that working as a living as a Muslim, so it's also pretty. Everyone is everyone is considerate towards each other, I would say, and it's not like that much. Even like when I moved, I do hijab and I do niqab as well. I cover my face as well, but still that didn't bring any difficulty for me in finding or securing a job or working here. and I haven't faced
Right.
any issues up till here now.
Right. I would second to that. So I traveled and I was wearing my Pakistani attire, shalwar kameez and this hijab, and I
Yes.
was able to move around Berlin. I was in Potsdam for a week or so, roaming around the city everywhere, and it was pretty safe. And I felt safer there, even though I do not know the language, rather than getting out here in Karachi at night,
Exactly.
because it's a huge city, and Potsdam was beautiful. So I left my heart there basically. Um, yeah, so I would also agree to that. And the community that I found there in Germany, the people that I met, they were really considerate. They understood it. A lot of things, like they knew that I couldn't eat meat, so they were really considerate to make sure that there was food for me. So so yeah, and a lot of people that I've worked there on freelance contracts as well, I find them really accommodating. So that is also my experience with there. Zainab?
Yeah, I think we started the conversation already on the chat. Food is one concern for me.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Of course, you can get halal food. You can get halal meat. It's easier. You have so many Turkish and other supermarkets where you can get halal meat and all. But Pakistani food, I would not say, if you are very much fan of that, you won't find it. Even in the big cities, it's very hard to get desi food, and I miss that.
Agreed.
Sometimes I also have a conversation. Maybe we should open our own restaurant with a desi, authentic food taste, but that's another thing. But yeah, I think that halal part, I would not say it's that difficult, but I agree to Nirmeen that if you are aiming for a smaller city, language and food both are a bit difficult to get.
Yeah.
In terms of safer place, I would definitely say it's safer for sure. You won't even,
Yeah.
I haven't ever experienced any racial comments or any discrimination if I'm wearing a hijab or something like that. So it's already good. Even in office cultures, when we have food, they normally ask you your preferences. If they cannot go halal, they would definitely go for vegetarian or vegan things. So it won't be that of a difficulty.
Yeah. Before I take a comment from Sara. So ladies, I wanted to end it at 8, but can I go 10 minutes over? Because I have 7 more questions to go. Will that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And another thing about the desi food thing. So I do not eat a lot of fried desi food that we have, usually samosas and stuff here in Pakistan. But when I went to Potsdam, I found an Indian restaurant and I went there to eat samosas. Can you imagine the kind of, because I was so tired of eating vegetarian and it usually like bland food, in the sense that Pakistanis add a lot of spices. So I think in Brazil also, do you guys eat spicy food, Fernanda?
No, not so much. No, it's very funny because when I meet my Indian colleagues, I do not have so many Pakistani colleagues, unfortunately. But when I meet my Indian colleagues, they always complain about how not spicy the food here is. Even though for me, it is spicy. I say, oh my God, it's super hot. And for them, it's like, no, Fernanda, come on. There's no spicy at all here. So it's super fun.
Yeah, it is. Sara, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I can add on for this small city, since I live in a small city in Braunschweig. So for small cities, definitely there is community, but there is less community than Berlin or Munich per se. Overall, there is a little language barrier because we do not have many international people or tourists. So that's why usually even the shopkeepers don't speak English. They prefer German. But I think once you start living at some place, you start catching on the language, even the basic terms for like getting the grocery and stuff. And apart from it, when it comes for the desi food, halal food is not an issue here. And the reason is because we have too many Turkish people here. So halal, there is always halal meat and grocery available. But for the halal or authentic Pakistani, there is not a single Pakistani restaurant in my city. There is one Indian restaurant, but it's too bland to be call it authentic Indian or Pakistani food. So yes, I do miss food, but I am now a good cook, I guess. So just an additional skill to satisfy my cravings. So that's you will learn with time. But yes, apart from it, it's easier to transition in the bigger cities. So maybe if coming or alone or the very first time, I would prefer to look for the opportunities in the bigger cities. But still, even if you are looking for, before accepting the contract or joining in, make sure at least even smaller, there is some Pakistani community to like there, and you can, maybe there are many groups on Facebook to reach out to make sure, okay, even if there are Pakistani communities in the smaller cities, to do this transition.
Yeah,
Right.
to add one more thing.
Yeah.
Winters are depressing here, so don't be alone. If you are moving alone, make sure you have someone to talk to or to have a company while in winter, because it gets darker very early, around 4, and the whole night, if you're alone, it gets really depressing. So, and also I agree to Sara that we have a lot of good groups, and there are also female-only groups on Facebook, and in Munich we also have a WhatsApp where we have around 200 something families, I would say, because females are only added there. So it's quite a good thing to get connected to the community of the city.
Right. So one question is, I'm looking for an SQA opportunity. I can do both manual and automation testing. Which technology is in demand for automation? And do you have any tips for cracking the interview?
I guess mostly in demand are Cypress and Selenium. Cypress for JavaScript-based technology and Selenium for Java for automation. And for the cracking the interview, whether it's the QA or the developer role, any role, the important things is so that the interview process in Germany is quite different than the Pakistan. It's not about the book reading questions or anything. It's more like the communication style. So just be relaxed while doing the interview. Be open to communicating. They would ask mainly about your skills, your experience, and even I have seen one thing here, which is really common. If you even haven't worked with the tech stack, which they are looking for, and if you have the right skill set and you have about what you have worked on and what you have experience with, they might consider you for the opportunity also. So that's really important. So you just need to take and be relaxed in the interview. Take it as a communication, discuss it, and then obviously with the practice, keep giving interviews. Do not lose hope, which is really important. It would take a while to crack that thing, but the most important thing is not to lose hope and keep on working hard and try to learn from your mistakes, and then it would easily follow.
Right. Another question, I'm just moving quickly because we have just 6 minutes left. So somebody's asking that I've heard that education is free. Is it just for the residents or for anyone who's there?
I can add
Technical education. Yeah, please go.
So you mean masters? Yeah. So as my partner moved here for masters, normally you don't have a lot of fees for the university itself. But what happened is when you move, they want to make sure that you can pay for your accommodation, for your living expenses and everything. So you definitely still have to deposit a certain amount that is blocked, and only certain amount is allowed for you to withdraw. So that is important. So it's not just, when someone asks me how I can move abroad, I always say, do one thing, only come as a employee, because as students it's of course not that easy. And even if someone is getting married and wanted to move, I always say that go for work visa, don't go for spouse, because otherwise you're gonna wait for a long time. So it's the easy way out. For students, of course, as I remember, it was around 10 to 20 lakhs last I remember, that you have to deposit for whole 2 years or 1 year there. Yeah.
Got it. Taleya, do you want to go?
Yeah, I applied that advice in my case.
Right. Fernanda, I've seen the Join Imagine link. I'm going to share it. do you want to
Yeah.
add something about it?
Yeah, because people asked before how to prepare for the interviews. Exactly, it's different in Germany than in other countries. So I shared here the link to our newsletter where you see a lot of content created exactly telling people how to prepare for technical and non-technical interviews, as well as the link to the program, to the bootcamp we have. So if you want to join, you can use the referral code WomenInTechPK, and then you will get accepted faster.
Right. Thank you so much for this. So another question that keeps on coming. So we talked about blue card. Can anyone explain, like very briefly, what exactly is that and why do people need it?
I can go if no one else.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So basically, once you get your job offer, you get your visa. The visa is for temporary visa. It's normally 6 months. That is pasted on your passport. So in 6 months, once you come back to Germany, you have to go to the municipal office, and then you have to apply for blue card, which is basically a long-term visa, let's say. So then you can easily come in and out of the country. It's not permanent resident, I would say. It's normally limited. I might be wrong. I see Fernanda's nodding. I'm not sure, but normally
I agree. It's not a problem.
okay. Yeah. So normally, I think for nationality, it's like 6 to 8 years, depending on different conditions. But this PR is basically for you to, and this is basically connected to your employer. So once your employer changes, you also have to change your blue card. There is another thing which is called then permanent resident that is not connected to your employer. So the blue card is basically depending on how much salary and what employer you have. So, and as soon as you lost the job or you leave the job, you have to definitely update it, or that is not valid then. So yeah.
Right. Fernanda, would you like to add anything to it?
Yeah, I would like to talk about the advantages of having a blue card. One advantage is that you have it's valid for a longer term. So it's valid for 4 or 5 years. If you have a normal work permit, it's valid for 2 years or for the duration of your work contract. So the blue card gives you more time. Another advantage is that having a blue card gives you a shorter term to apply for the residence permit. So I do not have a blue card, so I have to spend a longer time living in Germany, working in Germany in order to apply for the residence permit. If you have a blue card, I would say that if you do not speak German, then you can apply for a blue card after 2.5 years, something like this. So the term is shorter for you to apply for a residence permit. Yeah, for a permanent residency.
Right.
Just
and
to
Zainab
add on
has
it.
added that, yeah.
Yes,
ahead.
just to add on it, what Fernanda said, that basically with blue card, if you have the German language B1 skills, you can apply for PR in 22 months. And if you have A1 language skills, you can apply for PR in 33 months. But with the normal residence permit, it's a bit longer than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, so it's for highly qualified professionals, have more benefits than normal work visa, have a salary threshold, and spouse can get work permit. Okay, sounds good. Got it. Yeah, so I have a few more questions, but I think a lot of these are now repeated questions, and I'm recommending people to just rewatch it from the beginning, so they can hear the conversation. Thank you so much, all of you. Really appreciate it, taking time out on a Sunday and just coming here and answering a lot of questions. I wanted to do that because I can see a lot of people being interested in skilling up, especially I'm not sure if Fernanda is aware of that, but we are in the middle of a very bad recession here in Pakistan, and we are in the middle of a very weird political turmoil also. So a lot of people are really worried about losing their jobs here, and also they want to skill up to make sure that they have good opportunities. So we wanted to do that because, and a lot of women also now thinking about, finding work opportunities outside of Pakistan because they've understood that it's safer. And for women like so Zainab, I know, Taleya, I know they were in Pakistan. Sara also, I know, Nirmeen also. I knew that these girls went from Pakistan to Germany, and seeing them, other women are also motivated and inspired to basically look for work there. So that is amazing. and of course, it brings a lot of exposure and learning. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much all for your time. And Nirmeen, please go ahead.
Okay, just a small comment I would like to add. Women who are looking for towards other opportunities, Germany is obviously one option, but there are a lot of other European countries also, like there's Spain, Netherlands. You can look in the opportunities there also. Because they also offer jobs from different countries, and we on the even Women in Tech PK, we have people from different countries. I personally know one. There's one Sarah who was working in Pakistan. She got a job in Spain and she moved to Spain. So there might be there definitely will be girls from other countries also who are working in other European countries also. So keep your options open to those countries and those options also. And then since we have a huge community in Women in Tech PK, so definitely you can, whatever country which you are looking for, you can definitely find people working there on the LinkedIn and from the group and connect with them and ask them about the job market and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sara, Fernanda, Taleya, Zainab, Nirmeen. Taleya was the one who basically kind of sparked it in me, because on Sundays, I already had a conference this morning, so I was almost exhausted and I did not want to do that, but she was the one who organized it and kind of gave me a kick in the back to do this. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to keep it on the page, Women in Tech PK's page. You can go there and share it anywhere that you want to. It's on the public page, and you will see a lot of comments and stuff. So if you guys want to go through the comments and respond to anyone, do that. All the links that you have shared, I have added them to the conversation on Women in, on the live session. And I'm also going to share the code and the bootcamp link that Fernanda has shared there, so that people can join it. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much
Bye.
for having us. Is one last thing? Can I share to job boards at Zalando, because they hire from different countries and also for several positions, not only for tech. So maybe
Absolutely.
this for the people.
Yeah, go ahead. You can send the link to me also, so I'll add it to the caption. If not, then you can share it in the comments.
Okay, yeah, I can send you them later. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you very much.